ศึกฟุตบอลเนเธอร์แลนด์ยิงสดดูฟรีไม่ต้องเสียเพิ่ม30 บาทที่ช่อง Sports One.
PSV elected not to postpone their league match with NAC Breda, which fell between the final two Champions League outings. But with just 5 minutes on the clock, the players might have been feeling they could have done with the rest. A quick break from the visitors saw Elias Omarsson set Leo Zauer away, and he crossed for Sidney van Hooydonk. However, the striker's first goal back at his old club was quickly ruled out for a foul in the build-up. It seemed that word had come from the fourth official on the touchline, Erwin Blanc, that Zauer had clipped the heels of defender Olivier Boscali and sent him tumbling. And that had left the space open for players to run into. So their joy was short-lived. The hosts had bounced back from last week's surprise loss to Pektola with a win away at Red Star Belgrade that secured a place in the playoffs for the Champions League knockout round. Luc de Jong hit an early double in that game and had the first shot here. But they weren't as good in the first half here as they had been in Belgrade, although de Jong said that wasn't due to tiredness. He put it down to the fact they kept overplaying instead of keeping things simple. Van Hooydonk's physicality created problems for them too, easing Boscali off the ball, setting up a counter and choosing left to Omarsson rather than right for Zauer. PSV getting away with it again. That wouldn't be the case though from NAC Breda's next break, as they again exploited the space down PSV's left-hand side. Boy Kemper progressed a long way and then looked for Van Hooydonk. Walter Benitez doing well here to parry his header, but they were allowed a couple more goes from Maxime Boussi and then Zauer. The teenager on loan from Feyenoord, notching a fourth goal against one of their big rivals. PSV seemingly had enough players back to deal with the issue, but the shot snuck through. What neither de Jong nor his coach Peter Bosz revealed until afterwards was that many of the squad had been ill and struggling to get through the game. Bosz, though, was quick to praise their opponents for making it difficult, but his side did eventually get to grips with the situation. And they pulled level when the hosts tried to do a little too much on the ball, or rather Zauer himself did, holding on to it too long rather than releasing it. Joey Veerman won it back and then exchanged passes with Guus Til, sending him scampering away. The attacking midfielder producing a typically cool finish for a 9th goal of the season. Earlier in the campaign, he'd rung a few alarm bells with a frank and honest interview about sometimes being unable to enjoy football. Having since reassured people and dealt with their concerns, he was visibly enjoying this game. And he went on to play a starring role. The next to do that, though, was one of PSV's ball boys after some decent pressure from Mauro Junior, who was making his 100th Eredivisie appearance for the club. The Brazilian helped force the mistake and forced the ball out. And de Jong then got one back swiftly, releasing Ivan Perisic. Only Kemper's good positioning kept the visitors level. Quick thinking from the youngster, who didn't quite get rewarded for his part in the build-up, but a clever move nonetheless. And it would be down that same touchline that de Jong made the difference to send PSV into the break in front. A fine pass for Til, who buried this one into the roof of the net. That meant de Jong had been involved in at least one goal in each of his last 12 home league matches, recording 11 goals and 6 assists in that time. While Til made it into double figures for goals for the 4th consecutive season. He's now level with last season's tally already. However, the captain also lost the ball out wide and played his side into trouble a few moments later. A situation which led to Perisic picking up a yellow card for a mistimed lunge on Boussi. Play eventually stopped when Zauer was also appended, and referee Dennis Higler brought it back for the first foul. They'd won each of the last 8 league games against NAC Breda, scoring at least twice, so we're on course for more of the same at the halfway point. Watched on by former skipper and coach Eric Jerez. But finding a third goal to give them breathing space wasn't easy, although this intricate move nearly produced one. De Jong and Yuri Schouten combining to allow Ismail Sabari to strike and come very close. But in the end, they had to wait until stoppage time. Sabari was then the provider for Ricardo Pepi, who'd replaced De Jong with around 10 minutes to go. That made it 11 goals in the league and 16 overall for the American, extending his best ever total in one season. But the visitors did themselves proud, and they scored again late on, their performance underlining the reason they sat in the top half in their first Eredivisie season for 5 years. Substitute Kasper Kostorts got the goal, his first in 4 months, having replaced Omarson near the end. Although he was keen to regroup and push on again, they ran out of time. But it was the first time since 2001 that PSV had conceded twice in 5 consecutive matches. They'll have to work hard to stop that happening for a 6th time when Liverpool visit this week. Boss is hopeful he'll soon have enough fit players to make that one competitive. Karl Hofkens takes his players to RKC.
สามารถรับชมรีรันศึกฟุตบอลเนเธอร์แลนด์ได้แล้ววันนี้ผ่านทางแอปพลิเคชัน 3BB GIGATV และช่อง Sports 1